you're welcome once again. We are basically going to summarize and finish up the portions of the Constitution so that we know at least going forward, because these are the basics which we are going to be needing in going to the other modules. Because some of the other modules will tell you about Parliament, the legislature. You need to have had some understanding and background about it. So basically, we're looking at the different sections which you'll find, the chapters you'll find in the South African Constitution. We have the founding provisions. These ones make reference about the Act 200 of 1993, where this constitution is coming from. The South African Constitution comes from Act 200, 1993, which means the interim constitution. So how this constitution was put together. So you have the Bill of Rights as the second chapter. Then you have chapter 3, the cooperative government. Cooperative government, they are talking about the different sections which you're going to have, as we talked about, that governance has to have 3 major sections. You have the executive, you have the judiciary, you have the what? You have the parliament also, the National Assembly. So those are the different cooperative governance kind of areas which are addressed in that chapter. You have the parliament itself, also addressed as in chapter 4, how it should be constituted, how it should be able to work and operate. And then we have chapter 5, which is the president and the national executive. Notice they're talking about the president and the national executive, meaning that the president is the head of the executive. Okay? So as you look at it here, that's one of the sections of the cooperative governance. Then you have that one. You have now the next one, chapter 6, addresses the provinces. How many provinces there are, who is supposed to be the head of the province, how are they elected. Then you have the local government. Okay? Now, what you need to understand, much as you have the provinces, the local governments are the foremost on the ground where we live, and this is a day-to-day, how they operate, how they get their livelihood, basically, and how they manage the affairs of the communities. And then you have the courts and administration of justice. If you notice very well, here we are talking about the judiciary, the one section of the governance. The judiciary, when you're talking about local government and provinces and the national executive, you are talking about mainly the people who run the affairs of the government or at any given level. These are all executives. Yet here we have the parliament, which is those 3 arms of governance. Then in chapter 9, you have the state institutions supporting the constitutional democracy. And then you have the public administration, where all the business of these guys who are operating the government gets done by the different kind of departments and the people who are hired on a day-to-day basis to make sure that the work of the business of government goes ahead. And then you have the security services and the traditional leaders. Then you have the finances of the country, of the state, how they get managed and how they are supposed to be budgeted and dealt with. Then you have the general provisions as the last one. These general provisions, you will find issues like the national anthem, the flag, and many others. What you are encouraged to do, you need to be able to understand these different chapters, at least their headings. Get the copy of the Constitution and get to understand these sections, because you may have questions to answer in your exams. Okay, we go to the next one. The Constitution of South Africa, the 3 public institutions, classifications which you have for the Constitution of South Africa, which tells us the 3 institutional separation of powers in the democratic system of the government that guarantee freedom of citizen. These 3 sections classification help to avoid power accumulation by one person in one group, resulting in tyranny. So what we need to understand here it's very important to know what they are talking about. These are the things I've been alluding to, and the things I've been mentioning. Quickly, they are telling us those three sections are, these ones, the legislation, the legislature. And we know the legislature, they are talking about the parliament. And then we have the next one, which is the executive. The people who are basically running the government on a day-to-day basis. And then we have the judiciary. These ones make sure that the laws of the land are enforced according to the constitution. That if any of these people mess up here, the judiciary, you take it to the judiciary, they will decide, no, the government, Mr. Government, you've done something wrong here. Mr. President, you are not above the law. And because here there's power, here there's certain power, and here there is also power. This is the power to make laws of the land. This is the power to execute those laws. Okay? And this is the power to ensure that those laws are kept by whoever is. So it's basically create the laws, execute the laws, make sure that the laws are kept, okay, by the judiciary. So these are the different. They are saying if you leave one section of people or one person or a certain group of people to run everything like this, it becomes what they call tyranny. And tyranny is the abuse of power, which some nations face. And things cannot be fair in that kind of system. Okay? The last one which we have is about the cooperative relationships between the three public institutions, the executive, the legislature, the judiciary. And then it's telling us, Article 41 of Chapter 3 of the Constitution explains principles of cooperative governance, intergovernmental kind of relationships, which will brings us to the explanation of the cooperative governance and intergovernmental principles. They preserve peace and national unity and inseparability of the government. Now, what you see here, I will need us to go back to slide 10. They're telling us this is the section. Okay? Please familiarize yourself with this section on cooperative governance. Go back down there. Everything which you see in that chapter, that's why they're telling us, chapter 3, Article 41. Look for this in the Constitution, and when you find it, you'll find that these are 4 of them, but there are about 8 of these kind of which are explained. The well-being of the people of the South Africa, respecting the Constitution and establishing. I need you to go ahead and check this and get to see all the different kind of explanation about cooperative governance. And that will help you in your understanding. Please get a copy of the Constitution. Check Chapter 3 and Article 41. It talks about cooperative governance and being able to understand and explain it. Thank you so much. We'll be proceeding on with the next section, which will be telling us more details about the different other sections of government. Thank you.